What's up, Rockstars? How's it going? Today is an exciting day because today I got Kingdoms Forlorn. We're going to unbox this right now. Now, as always, before we get into the good stuff, I would like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their financial support. It is through their support that this channel is possible. I am able to bring you the amount of content that I bring you, and more importantly, in the style that I like to do it, and the actual content that I want to cover, and not just whatever gets me the most money. And that is all thanks to the independence that they provide. If you would like to see more videos from me and the types of videos that I do and continue, there's a link down below to that. Thank you so much. Additionally, a huge shout out to my sponsor of today's video, long-term sponsor, Skillshare. Guys, they are awesome. Now, if you didn't know, I am a little under the weather. I have been a little sick. I apologize for that. It's kept me from recording a lot, so hopefully I make it through here and I don't cough too much. But I did want to, obviously unbox this and give them a huge shout out. So I'm sick, right? My wife got sick. My daughter got sick. My son got sick. My other son, we are all like, it's pathetic. Okay. This family right now is falling apart. And so what do? I am curious about, okay, how can we get healthier? How can we just live a healthier lifestyle to where if one person gets sick, the kids don't just share it with everybody. How does that happen? So what do? I go to Skillshare because I actually want to learn, and I type in a search. And guess what? I get amazing results. I always do. Skillshare is great for that. So I actually came across Colin Holding. He does this whole kind of Shine program where he talks about just better health, better fitness, stuff like that, right? And he's talking about the gut flora and microbiota and the effects on your health. I've heard of the microbiome. He taught me what the difference is between those two things, and really talked about just, everything from antibiotics to the food we eat and how quickly it digests in our digestive tract, so that, anyway, there's a lot here that I really enjoyed. It was a quick watch. It was a fun watch, entertaining. Watch the entire thing. Highly recommended. Definitely you'll learn a little bit from it. And, it's crazy to think about modern technology and how that's affected what we've traditionally grown up around our environments for, millions of years. So very, very cool watch. And that's all thanks to Skillshare. There is a link down below. The first 1,000 people to click that link, and just those first 1,000 will get a free 1-month trial to Skillshare's premium service. It is fantastic, guys. I use it all the time, and I love picking one of the things that I've searched and sharing it with you guys, so that you guys see that I actually use this service, because I do. So guys, thank you so much for just watching that little part. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's go ahead and get into it. All right, here we go, guys. This is the same size, by the way, as the Aeon Trespass Odyssey Prelude, which had a lot of gameplay in it, many sessions of it, and a whole world to kind of explore there. So I'm not too concerned about the dust, apparently, about the size of the box. However, the Anthrosaurus also had some minis that came with it separately, and this did not. Or it hasn't come yet. The back of it, by the way, I'm not going to flip it over, is just this stylized KF that they've kind of got going on here. All right. Let's go ahead. Box is quite nice, by the way. It's a prototype, but it's not too bad. A little bit of damage there from shipment. And it looks like we have Standees, so that explains the slight size difference here. Get a whole bunch of Standees here. We'll have to look at these guys, see what's going on there. Let's see here. It looks like we got some cards. Easy open. I appreciate that with these little bands here. We'll look into these. Looks fun. All right. Heroic Death. Yes, the best kind. Okay, we got some. Let's see, a Merchant District. A whole bunch of different cards here. We got the Stone Plaza again. Looks to be about the same there. Large, medium, maybe? Small? I don't know. And then extra large. So we have an extra large place here for the Panzerberg. Okay, which is stone. Whole lot of different symbols here. We'll take a look at these. Let's see, we got a knight sheet. Oh, this is exciting. Ignite. Cool. We got a whole bunch of kind of dual layered cardboard, which is quite nice. So this is all dual layered here. Looks like even a linen finish. This is very nice, actually. Yeah, looks good. So we got a threat and curse level here. So the symbols for each. Then we have okay, Sir Sanch, Kara, Renholder, and Fleshritter. That's or whatever the heck that is. That seems German. So yeah, that's going on there. Sure, why not? It looks like we have perhaps some AI cards. Looks like target, move, and attack. So that's fun. Ironcast Dead. Alright, we'll have to take a look at these. Love the art style. I really dig it. And even it's not white. It's like a parchment paper kind of color going on there. We got some different cubes for those trackers. We got black and clear. Interesting choice. Here are the small cards. So they do have little small crossroads and stuff like that. So we got some dice, several different kinds. We have some 10-sided die here. And we got some red die. I love the red and the black, by the way. That looks great. Yeah, no, and then some black ones as well that are also 6-sided. Looks cool, looks interesting. Alright, we got a random white die in there too. Alright, we got 1 and 2. I'm assuming this is minis, so we're going to set that aside. Looks like we have a game board in here. I told you there's a lot in here, guys. And looks like here... Oh, come on. Okay. We have the punch board. Now, one thing I don't see is any kind of rule book or anything like that, so I might have to contact them about that unless I missed it somehow, and that could certainly be a thing. Could be in here too. Let's go ahead and punch some of these out. Oh man, they're like starting to anyway. This is the wrong side, should be flipped like this. Okay. And so far, pretty good. There is a tag there. Very minor. Let's go on and start zooming in and zooming out on components. Okay, so as you can see, very small tag, but otherwise okay. The printing of this actually seems pretty good. I think it's all kind of off-center in the exact same way. So I think that's on purpose. In other words, the get my handy-dandy pointer here. This space here is obviously less than this here, right? So this is kind of like lopsided, but I think it's that way on every single one perfectly. So I think that's on purpose. I don't think it's supposed to be centered. Like this circle looks more centered, right? Whereas this is obviously off-centered a little bit, but I think that's on purpose. Yeah, on the, hard edged on the back, normal kind of stuff. Looks like there's really just the one tag there on the top. Very spongy cardboard. Like you get a lot of sponginess from pinching this. I've never actually really found a purpose for that except for feel. So I haven't noticed that spongy versus non-spongy, like rub more. And as you can see, I'm not getting any kind of rub on this at all. Like it looks totally fine. But when you feel it, it just feels not quite as nice as like a very hard piece, right? You can feel that little bit of sponginess. Not that you're squeezing these, but just a general feel, a weight, kind of like that too. It's very light. So that's why I comment on that. I don't know if anybody cares. that's why I do it though. Okay, we got some fun shapes though. We got like these kind of egg kind of shapes here. We got some star shapes. Again, single tag. Does hold it fairly well. Does keep a little bit of a tag. It's not too bad though. Punches out fine. We got the normal circle stuff. That's pretty simple. I will say, at least prototype wise, I don't know how it's coming across on the camera, but this dark black on the red not the easiest to see. Same with this green. I think it would go easiest, second easiest, third easiest, fourth easiest of these colors. And these are fairly obvious. I do like the number and the symbol, this negative that you see on the foot there, because it's kind of right there at the top of the foot. It's not the most noticeable negative, right? Like this negative is a little bit more detached. This one's actually pretty darn noticeable. This one's fairly noticeable. This one, to me, I actually thought it was a 1 at first. I didn't see that negative. They're all -1, so, I mean, it's easy to learn, but this is the time where I can give feedback, so this is what I like to do. Okay, let's look at some, looks like we have some what the heck is that? Dear God, okay. Getting distracted here. Yeah, this punches out nice. Very minimal on the tags, just 2, 1 here, 1 here. Same here, there's just 2 on either side. Yeah. This actually feels less spongy. I don't know if it's just, maybe it's just the edges. I think it's just the edges. So the bigger the piece, the better it feels with that. Anyway, we've got a whole bunch of terrain, right? We got some rubble. We got some posts. We got a chest. I imagine a lot of this kind of stuff gets upgraded. And then, okay, dear God. Let's zoom in a little bit for this thing. Yeah. Night pool. Ready? Ready? There we go. That's how we do it here. Look at that. Oh, that is pretty. That is pretty. I like it. So it's, so the linen finish, one thing, I know a lot of people like linen finish, but as you can see, there's a little bit of a shine, and some linen finishes do that, some don't, some aren't quite matte. This actually looks more noticeable to me right now in the camera than it does on here. It's very faint. Like it's there and I can see it, but it is quite dark. I love the expression on the skulls, whether it's the body language or whether it's actually like differently shaped eyes to kind of make them look sad, or, the mouths open and not. And it's a very cool idea to do that, I think. This kind of like crack here with the red splotch, I don't know what exactly this is necessarily supposed to be. Blood maybe or something, but it is kind of hard to tell. And then on the back, again, I can see this better in camera right now than I can in person, but there is a very cool kind of knight helmet kind of on the shield with the swords and then the little, swirly doodad things. Nice and big. Very cool. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this is used for in game. It does take up quite a lot of space. It's actually fairly large. It's essentially a round player board size kind of thing. I'll put it back in there until I'm ready to play. All right, there we go. There's that. Let's go ahead. Let's put this back in here. Stay a little organized here. Now, this, I suspect, is a battle mat. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's move everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So just a moment here. Let me make sure I get enough room. Okay, we're going to zoom out all the way and see kind of what this looks like here. Yep, it is totally a battle mat. Totally a battle mat. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Okay. This is going to go which way? This way. Okay. I swear every board opens differently. So this is, come on, come back here. Longer than it is wide. Or wider than it is tall, or I don't know how you want to word it. Whew. Okay. All right, let's adjust this even more. Okay, so here is all of it here. So you can kind of see, let me straighten it out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the 1, 2 through 10, and then A through N. So you can kind of place things nicely. Then I think this is actually should be the other way. So let's flip it. Okay, there we go. So there's kind of right set up. So up here, we have slots for cards 1 through 10 right there. And then we have an obvious center of the board here, and then kind of deterioration there, and at least it looks like an entrance there. Then here we have condition. This, I like, is this that looks like the K from the box a little bit. It does, well, sort of. Anyway, no, it's just that style. It looks like A3 or something like that. And then A3 and then ABP? B, I can't read this. I don't know. Is that a BP? Is that a BD? I don't know. Discard. So there's an A and a B, and then a 3 and a D, whatever, and then discard. Well, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what that says. It's not very readable. Minor, and then major, and then grave, and then judicium. Okay. And then the enemy sheet goes right here. So anyway, there's your stuff there. Yeah, cool. This is, I don't know. It's a normal size space, I would say, if I was to hazard a guess. Okay, we are going to try and fold this back up the same way. Very prototype, this, by the way. It's like a bent, right? It's very bendy, as you can see. So, but, again, what I expected. All right, let's go ahead. So we've already looked at this. I think the only thing to note of this, let me zoom in again, is the symbols, right? So we have, in order, going right to left, we have stake, stars, arrows, monkeys. I think these are the different knights for a few reasons. First of all, they all have like a health track, right? And then two other tracks that are kind of harder to tell symbol-wise what they might necessarily be. But I remember there was that the guy with the monkey, right? The knight with the little monkey on the shoulder. And I remember there was the knight with the like meat everywhere. So these two lead me to think that each knight has its own symbol that look hand-drawn. Kind of interesting. And that also shows that at least they all have the same maximums of everything, right? Now, I don't know what the actual is there, but it's standardized, right? And on the back is just that same symbol that you saw, just colored in more. All right, so there's that. Let's take a look. Let's see, we took a look at this. This is the threat and curse. On the back here, a little bit different, but same kind of overall style and design. I love the kind of the knight face there. I think that looks cool. Very nice. Okay, there's that. Let's see. How about the cubes? Don't care about cubes. You guys have seen cubes. Let's look. Care about dice. At some map tiles. What do you say about that? This will be kind of fun. All right, I'll start small. Again, I appreciate the easy open. Helps me out a lot. Yeah, we got that linen finish. Okay, so thickness. Actually pretty good. There's a little bit of a bend there, but not too bad. And it does tend to keep its shape pretty well, I would say. Edges are cut nice. It's nice and even. They're not like fuzzy or anything like that. It actually feels fairly plasticky. There is no discernible linen texture feel to it per se. Maybe slight, but it's a very slight kind of imprint on there. So I will say these are all crossroads, and these are all town roads. However, the art is different. So like here you have some little thing in the center there, and here you have like a bloody fight. You zoom in a little bit more. Make sure you guys see this real nice. There you guys go. You guys can see this real good. So as you can see, the actual art there does in fact change. The layout of the buildings around it also do. It looks very similar, but it's not. See, there's just this crowd going on here. I don't know what this crowd is about. Because I see that over here too. See, so in the town roads, there's a crowd there. And then in this next one, no crowd. Instead, it's like buildings collapsed. And then it's the crowd, but they're like way down here going up. So I don't know what the crowd is all about. That might have something to do with something. Dead end. And then another dead end. Two different kinds of dead ends. And then there's also this symbology here, right? We got like a north, south, east, west. I will say the black on purple is not the most noticeable. If it was white on purple, that would look a little bit more noticeable. Or if the purple's maybe a little bit brighter. I think when it's this big, it's fine. But as you can see, there is a size difference there, right? Between the two. And in fact, it almost looks like a different color. So with them as small as the symbols are here, increasing the contrast would be nice. Again, you guys are seeing this with a ton of light pumped at it right now. This is not normal gaming situation here. Normally you're a little bit, dimmer lit. But it looks like after that, you have an M on this. And then here you have an M. And then over here you have an L. So that's like the size of the next piece by the looks of it there. And then you have different symbols. Here's a windmill. Here's a little red thingy. Here's a little blue thingy. And here's a little yellow thingy. So what all those thingies are, I don't know. And notice this only has south and north. So it just kind of depends. And this one has none. It's a dead end. So I think that's how the map is going to end up. Let's go and take a look at some other ones here, though. Let's just go in order of size. So now we're going to go medium. See what this has to do. I imagine this back is unique to this kingdom. Right? Each kingdom will be different, of course. Okay, so in this one, you go sideways here. You got a merchant district. Kind of interesting. And look, you got paths kind of off-center on this one. Same kind of merchant district there. Looks quite similar, but is a little bit different. And then another merchant district. It looks like it's getting worse. I wonder if you replace them. And that would be the crowd moving as well. That might be kind of interesting. I wonder if that's the thing. So in other words, like the two crowd things here, maybe. I don't know. Like this one could then go to this. Right? As they keep proceeding, perhaps? I don't know. It just seems to me that this is perfect. Just about anyway. And then we get slightly imperfect. And then we get, okay, things are going very wrong. Maybe. We got a new symbol here. Some little weird dude there. No symbol on this one. Just a size. Okay, now here we got crowds here and crowds here. The craftsman district. And we have the craftsman district with toppled and no crowd. And then we got the craftsman district with a crowd here, no crowd here, and some kind of disarray. We got a nobles district. Again, fine and then broken. Kind of interesting. And then see there, like the buildings don't even change, layout wise. So it's like it's the exact same place at two different times. My opinion. Heck if I know. This is me trying to hazard a guess at what we're looking at there. Take a look at some large ones and some extra large. The American-sized ones. Alright, zoom out a little bit. Okay, Stone Plaza. The buildings, by the way, I do appreciate this. It's not really different zoom-in level. And so the buildings here seem about the same size. And I appreciate that it's just a bigger area. It's not like it's zoomed in or something like that, or zoomed out even. Okay, then we got the Hansa Hall, All Father Church, and oh my gosh, look at the bell fell into it. And then the guard barracks. So these are all unique on these. That's kind of cool. Here there are two symbols, by the way. Notice that. And then notice there's some stuff here too. So here we have that blue symbol. We have stone with an exclamation mark. And then here, there's just like this weird symbol here. Interesting. And here, no stone, but we do have the exclamation mark. There's a lot at play here, guys. Tell you that much. All right. Take a look at this one. And let's see. Extra large. We got Panzerberg, which is stone. We got some gold stuff going on here. Again, 2 symbols over here. We got like archers posted. Right? We got like scraggly trees and junk here. Definitely kind of a guarded area. And then we have the Royal Plaza, which has some destruction already. There are some people here, but not very many. And again, otherwise I think fairly fortified. Interesting. And now that, again, these symbols are now much larger, right? They get larger as they kind of grow. So kind of interesting there. How it looks, I guess, if you were to piece it together real quick, let's see what would happen. So this goes to a medium, which I guess would connect like that. And then this goes to a small, which could go like that. Maybe even like that. There we go. So now see, I don't know what happens here. So this goes to a medium, but a medium couldn't fit there now, right? And maybe you have to put it like that, or maybe you can't go that way. Either way, this goes to another medium over here, like so. Okay. And then here's another medium down here. This would go perhaps like that, I guess. This would be a large over here. So it'd go like that maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's how it goes. Maybe not. Kind of interesting. Definitely a play on their previous game, right? But it seems kind of like to me. Seems kind of interesting. The question is, will this survive, a table kick or something like that? How well will this stay in place? Anytime you have stuff lined up like that, I always wonder that. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to some cards. Let's see what kind of items we're getting. Actually, let's look at the heroes first, and then we will look at the cards, because that'll give context on, okay, this is where the weapons go and stuff like that. Okay, got all that. Look at some heroes. Woo. Good old Egg Knight. Come on. By the way, if you've made it this far, I showed a lot of this to my Discord patrons and YouTube members early, because I can post there easily. So if you want to see stuff like that, it's a pretty cool Discord anyway. Alright, so here's Egg Knight. Love the art. I will say that, and this doesn't seem too big, which is kind of nice. If there ever is an issue, though, this can, of course, shrink a little bit if needed. The lettering here, the wording here, pretty small. Now, I can read that, but that's because I'm amazing. But that doesn't mean everybody can. So I know some of you, I know one of you even commented, for aging eyes, we'll put it that way. Bigger text or even more contrast, making this darker, could definitely help. But yeah, this is pretty small. So you're definitely, like, this is really easily read. This, not as much. Except this is in that funky font, so actually I can read this easier, because, but contrast-wise, right? Because I have kind of a light glow here that perhaps helps, and maybe that's what you need to do here. Maybe that's all that's needed. I don't know. Okay. Humpty Charge, like Humpty Dumpty. Panzer Ronin. So we got like a whole bunch of like Germanish style kind of stuff here. Egg Knave. Okay, boss enemy. Wait, boss enemy? He's an enemy? No, Mr. Egg Knight. Okay, so he's got like different movements. So, it looks like different threat levels, perhaps on how many people are playing. No, because 0 wouldn't make sense. Either way, 6 health, 10 health, 10 health, 5 movement across the board, 7 plus, and it looks like an eyeball and a sword on that. So really just the health is changing, but then also the things he's doing are changing too. Interesting. Interesting. And then Ignite. Oh, I love that. That's cool. And we have the Ironcast Dead. I think that's what we're seeing right here, by the way. Looks like Ironcast Dead there. Undead Stone. Okay, there's that stone again. Mob enemy. And now we have just two different ones. No 0, just a 1 and a 2. 7 plus again, 5 again, and then 5 and 7. And they do get different things. Gang Up X, Swarm X, Ironcast. Gang Up X, Swarm X, Counter, and Ironcast. And then they have, it looks like the different, what each one is explained here. Here's Gang Up, Swarm, Counter, and Ironcast. Very useful. And again, very cool background. Okay. Here's our good old knights. So this is the meat guy, right? Or the flesh critter. Yeah, that one. Discard, delayed, and sink. So that's kind of interesting. There are two different, and each one has a symbol. Sink has this symbol, delayed has this symbol, and discard has this symbol. Nice to see the symbols there as well. Again, pretty small text here. There is some white space here. I think they could increase the text on this a little bit, assuming they don't fill it up on some other ones, but it doesn't look like it's too wordy. So we got movement. We got, I think, your health rate. I don't know. It looks like a heart and a sword. And then maybe the die that you roll. No, this is one red die. Then we have the stats here. I think this is where your stats go, perhaps? Perhaps like that? I don't know. Definitely not the same size. I don't see anywhere you would put necessarily equipment, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it's on your hand. So we got Gutsy and Butcher. And here we have Ardent and Scholar. So different things here. A little bit about this is Heavy Hitter. Monster Slayers. Okay, different abilities. Rush, and then Meat Provisions. They have a hand limit, a card refresh count, a refresh amount, Endurance, Cunning, Fury, Wisdom, and Courage. Interesting. Okay, it looks like right here we have Peril Arc, and then Heroic Arc. Or ACC. I don't know if that's an R or C. I have some symbols here. Not the most easily read, but it works. Especially with that little tiny, is that a 1? It's very tiny. And then here we have the limit, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minor, major, grave. Oh, these are probably wounds, perhaps? Interesting. Okay. Then on the back, you just have a generic knight sheet for them. So you have him. Look at the hand size difference, by the way. Hand limit 4, hand limit 7. So, yeah, the spellcaster, lots of cards for him. Very interesting to see that. Way lower amount here. Card refresh 1, refreshes less. Wisdom is 2 versus 0, but then endurance of 0, fury of 0. And then we have light, trespass, and rush. So we have rush on both of these. Interesting to see that as well. Okay. Then we have Kara here, who does not have a little blurb. So he had Heavy Hitter, Spellcaster. Kara's neither. Maybe she's a generic. Fury 2, 11, 4. A different number here. Rush as well. So Rush is still there. Natural leader. And then none here for Sir Sanch as well. I don't see, by the way, their symbol either. Like, where's the monkey symbol here? I don't see the monkey symbol here to tell me that he's the monkey. And maybe it doesn't matter, but to me it does. Little Sir. That's his name, is Little Sir. Love it. That's great. Funny. Okay, there are your heroes. Cards. Let's do this one first, because that one looks cooler. I like to end on cool. Okay, get rid of that. Thank you for the easy open. Okay, attached to me. Get out of here. Okay. All right. So, wait, we got a ton of stuff here. Hold on. So we got the Pearl Arc, Peril Arc. We have the Heroic Arc. We have gear, lots of gear, all the gear. Oh my goodness. All right, a ton. Wow, okay. All right. Oh, that freaking sweet. Look at that. Oh, that is cool. I dig that. And, oh, geez. Okay. We have Mortis here. Look. Ah, oh, so cool. So cool. Lots of those. Okay. All right. Those are the decks here. Let's take a look. Oh, it looks like there's more, though. It just keeps going. Well, let's just combine them, then. We're just going to have them all. We'll go deck by deck. Come on. Easy open. Right? Isn't that what they claim? The promise. Easy open. There we go. Easy. Ha! You've not seen me do an unboxing if you think everything's easy. Okay. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? More Mortis. Oh, geez, a ton. Notice the background is changing on them. That's interesting. Okay. And what do we have here? Don't know. Something. There's that. Okay. We got some deeds. Okay. We got some Clash Condition. Interesting. Interesting. And then it looks like some statuses. Okay. Alright. Get all of this off the table. Alright. Let's start in order of what I saw, man. So first we got, come on. First we got the Peril Arc. Tenacious, fervid, gracious, and docacious, doracious, whatever. Yeah, these, I don't know, the R's and the C's look kind of close to me. I think that's an R. Anyway, so I wonder, it looks like this might supersede Gutsy, and now you're gracious instead of Gutsy. Interesting. So a little overlay there. I bet the same thing happens with this. Oh my gosh, come on. Okay, got it. Don't worry about it. We got Vanguard, Lancer, Firestarter, like the Prodigy, and Snatcher. I want to play the Gutsy Butcher. I want to play the Gutsy Snatcher. Interesting. Okay, cool, cool. Oh, gear. Let's look at some gear. Ooh. Okay, I don't think I'm going to search for everything, but we'll see. Okay, so we got a opening 1 basic melee knives, 2+0. Quite a few of those. We got a broken sword. That's lovely. Here's the sell value. Let's zoom in a little bit on these cards. What do you say? +2. Sword rusted metal. Let's see, we got a symbol here, one-handed probably. So you have 1+2. Interesting. Opening, break 1, attack, reroll 1. And then night heap gear, maybe it says. I don't know. I don't know what this says. Broken sword. Dulled spear. Everybody loves an unwieldy reach 2, opening 2, dulled spear. Rusted two-hander. Not a Zweihander, a two-hander. Dented breastplate. Second chance. Something to redraw a Mortis or a Judasim card. Ignore the final reserve. First result. Sells for 65. Rusted shield. Trusty long sword. Blinder helm. Oh, the mustache. I love the metal mustache. Sir Sancho only, of course. Of course. Kara only. Reclaimed spear. I wonder if this is starting gear or not. Well, wild card. Light grasp. Sword staff. Cleaver sword. Yeah, I think this is a starting gear. Paired cleavers. Pig head talisman. That's a talisman. Interesting. Egg helm. Battle loot. Gigantus scimitar. Bandit short sword. Bandit hand axe. These bandits, I tell you. Bandit knives. Bandit short bow. Bandit Buckler. Weathered Shield. Weathered Breastplate. Better than dented and rusted, right? Weathered Leather Armor. Bandit Cape. That's interesting. A regional map. We got the egg plate, of course. I mean, gotta have the egg plate. Egg Greatsword. This is Eggsmith, whatever the heck that is. Yolk-coated spear. A shell helm. An Eggler. Okay. A Panzer cloak. Alright, next up, let's take a look at some bad things that can happen, I think. You live! Yay! Go me! Against all odds you survive. You died. Oh no, wait. You died horribly! Your gruesome death becomes legend. Your death beckons the Grawl. Dear God. Okay, well. Don't draw these ever. You don't ever want to see these. My goodness. Okay. Alright, let's look at hopefully something better than that. Okay, here we have Visions of the Grawl. Again, this Grawl thing must be some of the lore here. I don't know what's going on there. Insulted. Oh no, don't insult. Gash. Thrown off balance. Faked death. Ha! Take that. Faint. Distracted. Subdue. Delay. Rebound. Oh, that sounds good. Stone Spell. Panzer Decay. Oh no. Sanch's Wisdoms or Sanch. Welder's Relief. Butcher's Touch. Misdirection. Whisper of the Grawl. Oh geez, look what's going on there. What the heck? A Giant Gush. Oh no. Inner Strength. Yay. Show of Willpower. Haha. Counterattack. Ha. Priestly Cunning. Oh, those priests and their cunning. Disable. Delayed. Panicked. Heroic Death. Yay. Stone Curse. Panzer Rust. Sanch's Cunning. Again. Wilder's Tenacity. Butcher's Works. Outcast Resolve. There will be a reckoning. Disemboweled. Oh my gosh. Nightstand. These are interesting. Disemboweled. Lots of disemboweling. Burning Heart. Godly Resolve. Push the Limit. Major Disable. A Night Counter. Stone Scourge. Panzerkot. That word. Welder's Way. Butcher's Trade. Ace in the Sleeve. And Call of the Grawl. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if those are necessarily good or bad. They just kind of are. Okay, we looked at all that. Let's look at these clash conditions. You can be choked. You can be choked. Lots of choked. You can have bravery. That's it. Choked and bravery. Oh, okay. So it's like, hey, either you choke or you're brave. I dig it. That kind of choked. Not choked isn't like, ah. Okay. Now these are flip sides here. Cunning and cunning. And I don't know the difference. I'm assuming they're all like that though. Yeah. Scout, Blade Works, Inside Info, Quick-Witted, Distraction, Guided, Critical, Advanced, Night Tactics, Inspire, Placeholder, Magic Trick, Dazzling Light. These are for the different characters. You can tell by the art on them. And, their symbol up there, I guess. Which is a different symbol, right? It's like now it's their face. Okay, next we have Dread and Fear. Those are your options. Either Fear or Dread. Good luck. And finally, let's see, these are clash conditions. Which are different than those clash conditions, I guess. Panicked. Knocked down, standing up. Or knocked down, falling, and distracted. Interesting. Okay, that's all the cards. Let's look at, oh wait, we have bigger cards. Looks like we have the two enemy cards here, the Ironclast Dead and the boss card. And here is Oh, wait, no, because that's... Okay, we just got a few. Hold on, let's see here. Looks like it should be like this. Rusted Slash. Some of this art looks silly. Slashagore. Isolator. Bones of the Kingdom. My goodness. Flanking Strike. Boneyard. Bone Squire. Bone at Arms. Armorhead. Interesting. Oh, these are different. Look, these are instant wound critical body part. Bone Knight. Fall critical. Interesting. Chaplain of the Church. Ironcast Knight. Heavy Enforcer. Then we have these, which look like... That one looks like it's a, where are you going? These are like random things. So I don't look too closely into them. Revealing Wind of Petrification, Phantom Thief, Stone Curse, Revealing Tremors, a special event, and whatever the heck this thing is. Sure, why not? And then finally, let's see, we have Egghead. Lots of cards, by the way, for the AI here. That's nice to see. Whole bunch of attacks. Sword, thrust, slash, double slash. I'm just trying to see, is there a big variety? It looks like every single one is different. Tefeltake. Yeah, these are all different. Interesting. And then these are body parts. His beady eyes. His right pauldron. He looks down at it. What the heck? Look at it. I love it. Plate gap. Oh, it's weird. Panzer Parasite. What the heck? Armored belt. Small hand. Oh, inner shell. Counter. Jacked. I love it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Standees and then minis. Guys, this has been a lot. I'll put it that way. It's been a lot. Very thick. And then we got our organic glass, as some like to say. Looks like we have several different kinds here. What the heck is this? So we got this freaking thing. Doesn't want to fit in there. It's like, what the heck is this? What is that? You tell me what this is. Looks like it's like all of them. These are all the heroes. Okay. Oh, I bet this is like the party movement token kind of thing. I bet is what that is. And then this, I think, is the regular enemies. There we go. Just gotta really want to press them in there. They're real nice and thick, though, as you can see. Like, really thick. And this is my problem with Standees. This looks cool. That looks... and then that doesn't look like anything. So somebody's going to see this on the side, right? And somebody's going to see this up front. And then somebody's going to see... I mean, really, you're all going to look at it like this, right? Just kind of But yeah, so some poor schmuck, that's his view of the mini. The mini, the Standee. They do have differences here, right? 4, 3, 8. I think they're just numbered so you know which one's going when. So that's kind of nice. And it does have a front and back. Look at that. I did the front and back. Alright, so that's all there is to it. They're Standees. Alright, starting with 1. That's like a full lid thing. Alright. Kind of hard to open. My fingernails. Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, hold on. I got it. Don't worry, I got it. Okay. Thank you. I know. A great unboxing. Alright, let's open it up. Lots of padding. Is this one mini in here? It is. Oh, it's the Ignite. He is big. I was not expecting minis this big. He's like big. Dang. Alright, well, let's begin. Zoom in. Okay, so they do have a nice Thinazol prime, so they have kind of the black and then shot up with some kind of gray and then white. Actually, so it looks like a 3-tone one, actually. Pretty cool. So the pose, very interesting. It's like his stomach's leaning in and then his head's leaning down. His eyes are like way up here, his little beady eyes. And his arms go back and then forward and then are hanging limp. So it's a very unassuming knight. He's just kind of chilling there, which is interesting. Fully sculpted base. Looks great, by the way. It's got some nice, like bigger rocks that look separate, and then some kind of rough terrain, and then like even smaller rocks, which I really appreciate. He's got big, long feet. I like the little plates here. They kind of hang down. They look nice. Quite, sharp, actually. Very interestingly designed and kind of ornate and unique armor here, which is cool. And then again, the same with the head there. Love, again, those beady eyes. Two different like blades here. They're curved, which would, I think, be really hard to come out of the sheath there, but whatever. What do I know? Several belts, right? So we got several belts going on there. Clasps with all the different layers of armor, which is kind of interesting to see. A little seam here. Yeah, very cool. Again, like just so different from obviously anything you have. Like finding a knight like this. Like look, he's like chubby. He's like just standing there all weird. I dig it. Looks interesting. So, does that mean that all the heroes are in this? Well, let's find out slowly as I attempt to unbox this. Okay, wish me luck. Oh. Gosh, if I had tiny little fingernails, it might work. But I got like nothing right now, guys. Okay. Okay, hold on. I got it. I got it. Yes, and here are the heroes. Alright, let's just start with this guy down here. We'll go from there. Or this lady. Oh no! Her sword. Where's her spear thing? I'm sure it's in there. I'll find it. So, her sword is broken. That makes me sad. You know what? We'll put her to the side. Maybe I can find it and glue that on. I would like to show her off properly. Alright, so I went ahead and just glued everything I could. This guy doesn't need to be glued, though. He came in perfectly. Really, really like his cape. I think that's a big defining thing of his, especially these tassels here. I think that looks super cool. I really dig that. I also like, if you see on like his base here, he's got the sculpted grass and rocks, which is very kind of pristine looking, actually. Very nice. But notice that the grass is blown over in the same direction as his cape. And I really, really like that connection. You don't normally see a lot of movement on the base. You will on the characters, but very rarely will you see movement shown on a base. Normally the grass is fairly static, or it's rocks or something like that. So it's very cool to see this kind of windswept going through there. And they're pointing kind of towards the wind here. You can see he has his hand resting on his sword, which is sculpted, by the way, even underneath here, which I appreciate. And then the monkey who's like holding on to him is pointing over there, and he's trying to look to see where the monkey's pointing. Very good relationship there. I love how his monkey has a helmet too. Big old feather here. It's a stylized feather, so instead of a texture, there is a shape. So there's these notches for the feather as opposed to like a really feathery texture. But it matches the rest of the style, I would say, too, because it's not like the monkey's fur is like super duper sculpted, right? It's also kind of a texture, which is fine. It's just a way of doing it. Very interesting kind of pant, greaves, kind of armor stuff going on here. A lot of different ropes and stuff like that. Just overall, again, very, very kind of cool and unique mini. And again, like, I'm surprised by the size. Now, he's a little bit taller than he should be. So let's go ahead and take Mr. Meat Sacks over here. Again, huge weapon here. I mean, truly massive, big weapon. Love the pig talisman. I know it's a talisman now. There's also like meat just on the ground everywhere here. There's like a little kind of plants and stuff like that as well. A little bit more armored. Love the fur here. Painted, he would look amazing because you get so many different things. You get kind of innards, right? You get the fur, you get the armor, you get the blade and the handle, you get the other kind of meats and outside skin and stuff like that. More of a leathery kind of texture going on. You got the horns. You have a lot going on with this guy. All the like wrappings here, very cool. The chainmail, by the way, texture is awesome. Like, it just sounds great. Just really, really cool. And again, a huge, huge weapon. Very, very fun. Instantly want to be kind of gravitating for. Before I show you the other two, let's do a little bit of a size thing. Now, obviously, Osworn will beat that, right? Osworn is quite large. So as you can see, definitely bigger, especially, you know, as it extends out. And this is an older model, so don't judge Osworn based off quality, just mainly size. Here's a typical Space Marine. So as you can see, taller than a Space Marine. Here is just showing some common things, perhaps Kingdom Death monsters, stuff I had kind of on hand. Again, a little bit larger, not by much though. Pretty close to Kingdom Death monster, I would say. Like real close. Here is a new Wild Ascent. This is from Levon Rising, painted by my wonderful wife. So if you like the painting, be sure to let her know, and I will tell her. But as you can see, definitely taller than that. And then I also threw in a Bloodborne mini because Bloodborne's cool. This mini's cool, and obviously smaller than this guy. So pretty decent sized. I mean, you know, again, these are big minis. These are nice. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the wizard guy. Here's this one. And again, love the hat. Love the thickness, by the way. It's always kind of hard to, you know what the final version will look like, right? But I have faith that they'll make some good minis. Again, love the cape kind of blowing out there. This is not attached, by the way, but totally could be. There was a little piece that broke off here. I couldn't find that little tiny piece, but you can see where it would go, though. Anyway, kind of sharp, pointy, straight up. Don't step on him. The face mask, super cool. It's all in black, but it's really, really cool. You can still kind of see it. Same with like the armor and stuff like that. He's got like these two clasps here that are for his cloak that are like really kind of like, you know, big. The fire with the fingers here looks fantastic, by the way. One of the best I've seen. A lot of times the fingers are kind of lost in there, but I can clearly see that that's in his hand, not around his hand. The base, again, each one's different. This one's kind of like more in like an actual like city area. Looks cool. Love the boots, you know, with little kind of flare up there. Again, the pants look great. I love the high collar. Just overall a very cool pose, especially with the arm up, resting on that, and then the fire. Very much a battle mage kind of style thing, right? Just super cool looking. And then you have Kara over here. I know this is curved. It was bending before it broke, obviously. This is how it fit. So, but I can't bend it back very well because it's glued in several pieces. So imagine this straight, okay? Either way, you can see a very, very cool style. I really, really like this mini for a variety of reasons. She's standing way over here, but then her center of gravity is still over here. You see a little bit of bendiness there, but I'm assuming with some good ABS probably here, she'll turn out great there. Very, very sculpted base with a lot of leaves and stuff like that. It looks super cool. You have the fur cloak that's kind of billowing out here. That's like this thick fur that looks really nice. The inside is like a hide. So it's like, it's not like a full fur, if that makes sense. You have the armor that's like really ornate with like these like big, kind of wings coming off of them. You have her like really like full hair that looks super cool. She's completely looking that way while going this way, which is kind of cool. Her shield has some good texture on the inside, and then on the outside looks cool as well. Just overall, there's a lot of stuff here. For a painter, this is a really fun one. It's dynamic, it's easy, accessible everywhere except perhaps a little bit in here. A lot of different colors and textures going on here. Very ornate armor, as you can see. She's not like overly sexualized or anything silly like that. Just a cool freaking character all around. Very excited to have this weird, eclectic group of egg knights. And look how big, by the way. I was not realizing this size difference. Either way, very cool. All of these guys are unique. All of them look special. I don't have any minis like them. And anytime I can say that, I'm excited. So that is Kingdoms Forlorn, guys. I will be doing a review. You guys know that. I'll be doing a details video if I can. I'll get the info out to you guys soon about that. And I'll be doing a versus video at least. I'll be trying to do this with the Kingdoms Forlorn and Celestial. I'll let you guys know once I get my hands on both of them what my thoughts are. What game is right for you? Is it both? Is it one? Is it the other? I'll let you guys know. Stay tuned for all of that with the subscribe button below. And additionally, of course, remember there's that link to my Patreon and Skillshare should you choose to maybe learn something, gain some knowledge. That's down there as well. Guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, guys. Bye.